Gila? Can you unmute? Can you unmute yourself, Gila, please? Gila? Gila?
Girls has to get back on.
Gila?
It's gone.
Okay, she'll come back on in a minute. She must have had a technical problem.
Hello. Hi, what is the meeting number, the meeting ID?
I don't normally do it by meeting ID. You know,
I'm on my cell phone. I want to get on my computer and I don't know how to do that. So it's asking
Okay.
for the meeting ID or personal link name.
I send out a link.
Meeting ID is 869 7352 8742.
8742.
Correct.
Okay, let me try that. Okay, 86773.
No, 869
Oh, sorry. Okay, 869.
7352 8742.
Okay, let me see if that will work. Okay. Do you want to do page 2?
I'm sorry for the delay. I'm calling Gila now. I don't know what the problem is. She was on.
Okay.
Did you manage to join?
Yes, I have. Thank you.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. Let's sit down here and get comfortable. I may take myself off for a minute of the meeting, off of the video.
Hang up your phone.
If I stop.
Okay. Gila?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. I'm going to mute everybody. And Gila, please unmute yourself. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you unmute yourself, Gila? Okay. Please, ladies, please stay muted.
Okay. I think I did.
Okay, you're fine. We can hear you lovely.
Good.
First of all, I would like to thank Gila for being our guest on Drops of Inspiration. It's great to have you here. And before we learn about the gemstones, Gila has a very interesting story that I would love her to share with us. Gila, can you tell us first a little bit about yourself, please?
With pleasure. With pleasure. Well, maybe I should start from the end.
Cool.
I'm 73, and I enjoy it very much. I was born in a jewelry store. My parents used to own an amazing, beautiful jewelry store in Tel Aviv, in the center of Tel Aviv, on Dizengoff Street, which, like, it used to be the central, beautiful street in Tel Aviv. And for me, it was the very natural thing to be surrounded by gemstones all the time, and to learn from my parents about the beautiful gems. I naturally, I saw all the beauty in them. And of course, I knew that a woman, if she wants to become more beautiful, to enjoy things, she would like to have jewelry with gemstones. That's how I grew up, and I really enjoyed it. And my father suggested that before I go and study human behavior, that this was my dream, like how I can help people. He suggested that I will learn more about gemstones. And it was easy for me to listen to him, as I always felt he's my best mentor. And that's what I did. I specialized in gemology, and only then he supported me as he promised, and I had my second PhD in human behavior. Like on the run, I was invited to lecture in New York, in Yeshiva University, and our host suggested on Sunday to take us to the Rebbe to see, to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, to see the big event, how he gives away dollars. I guess I always regret my stubborn, childish attitude at that time, telling him that I have only one free Sunday and I have to go shopping for my kids, and I want to see a show in New York, and it seemed to me, much more important, God forbid. But that's what I did. I learned that the shluchim of Chabad are more stubborn than me. And on Monday morning, on the way when he took me to Yeshiva University, he stopped near 770, the Rebbe's famous place. And I found myself standing there with other people, and he explained to me that the Rebbe will come soon. I didn't have too much of a choice, as he was the host and my driver as well. And I tried to repeat my speech for this day in the university. And apparently this big impressive car stopped near the 770. And people, when they see the Rebbe's car, they all come together. And I follow, as most people do. The Rebbe came out, and before he started walking towards the house, he looked at us. I had the feeling that he looked at me. It was enough for me to want to follow him. Like, he is walking in and I'm walking after him, and I'm not the only one, of course. But like I only felt how I'm drawn to go after him. And that's what I did. And we came into the 770, and before the Rebbe went into his room, he turned to us, and he looked again. There were people, that he talked a little, like few words. And with me, like he looked at me again. And honestly, I felt that he's looking through me, not at me, like through me. It was very impressive, very, I should say, even surprising, shocking, with a lot of energy. And that's it. He went into the room and I found myself standing there, so surprised. And then I felt the tears coming down, and the tears turned into a real cry, which I couldn't understand, but it was so strong. It took few minutes, and then our host told me, you want to be on time for your lecture, no? And I found myself going with him to the car, sitting there for the half hour of the drive, not opening my mouth. That my husband says it doesn't happen to me a lot during our life together, and I only saw like the little smile of this Rabbi Shlush, our host, may he rest in peace. Like this, his smile said, "I told you," and that's it. This was my first meeting with a Rebbe. I didn't remember later the speech I had this day, or anything that happened after. Only the unusual impression of this amazing meeting with the Rebbe. Now I can tell you that sometimes when I look at one of the pictures of him that I have around my house, it comes back to me. Nevertheless, the following morning we left back to Israel, and our host gave me 2 pictures of the Rebbe, and I put it one in my office and one in the office in my university. And every morning I used to smile to the Rebbe, and I felt I'm getting a smile back. And I thought it's the end of the story, but it was only the beginning. As I want very much to tell you about the gems, I'll make the continuation like as briefly as I can, because the continuation was quite dramatic. One of my daughters went to Canada to study in Vancouver, and apparently she had this very like an accident on her way to the Seder. This drunk man drove wildly and ran like she and her friend, they didn't even cross the street yet, And the guy that was with her passed away, and she was in a very, very awkward state in the hospital. That's what we heard, and we made our way to Vancouver without knowing that we can read Tehillim, that we can pray. We were wild, and we didn't even know that. But when we came there, like, people told us that we are lucky to see her alive, and we better say goodbye. And instead, I called hysterically this Rabbi Shlush in New York, not even noticing that I call him 3 o'clock at night because of the difference of the time and because of my agony. And I told him when he answered briefly the situation, and I told him, please go to your Rebbe and tell him he must save my daughter, because I have no plan to say goodbye to her. And everybody here says that I have no choice. It took time, and apparently after hours, he called me back and he told me, you have a bracha from the Rebbe, and your daughter will be okay, and she will be better than she was ever. And that's it. This was my tool to manage all those horrible days. She was between life and death. And it took like few months with a very close connection with the Rebbe, with very good advices, until we came back with her to Israel. And apparently then, the guy that was our host in New York came to visit in Israel, and he asked me, by the way, if I wrote to the Rebbe to thank him, and I almost choked on the answer, realizing you know how fast you wake up somebody at the middle of the night when you need something, and do you really say thank you always? Nevertheless, we wrote a letter which he corrected, because all the special language of religious people that I'm sure for you is very, very natural was unknown to us. He corrected it, and we sent a letter, and right away we got an amazing answer, which we keep like a treasure, with many, many good blessings for our daughter and for all the family. And then the Rebbe wrote, I suggest to keep Shabbos, Lishmor Shabbat. And that's how we started our romance with God. At the next time we had a connection with the Rebbe, he made for me clear why I was born in a jewelry store, and he said, like a fact, I know that you don't like regular conventional medications, so you know all the real medication of God. Use it. And that's what I do. I feel that I had the great honor to be God's partner in distributing and helping people with his own medication, the real medication of God, the Choshen, the breastplate gems, and all the others that are coming together with it, as Rabbeinu Bechaye says. And actually, now I can start my speech telling you about how amazing it is to help people with those gems. Joyce, do you want to ask anything else, or should I keep on?
Go ahead, it's fascinating. It's fascinating, go ahead.
Okay, you know, in the world, there are thousands kinds of minerals, but and they all belong to the field of geology. Geology, it comes from earth, the Torah that really teaches us about earth and about what it contains. And there are special stones that are unique and noble, and they have a special Torah, gemology. All those are gems. When it's amazing, after you notice it, to realize that all our Torah, all the Bible, all many in the Mishnah, in the Gemara, we can read a lot about it, and you know that somebody opened.
Yep.
Okay, and you know that they say that in the Torah we don't have even one letter without a reason. Yeah. And it is so amazing to find out that about the Choshen stones, it's written twice in Shmot Kafchet, Parashat Tetzaveh, and then again in the following parasha in Shmot, again to show us how important it is. And we found out that about those few phrases of the stones, there are many explanations to explain to us people how important it is. The same in the Mishnah and in the Gemara. Actually, it starts at the beginning of Bereshit, where we have the description about paradise. We find already stones. Then there is in Bereshit Rabbah this story about Abraham, our father Abraham. He used to have this pendant that he walked with all the time, with a very special stone. And it's written there that everybody that used to look at his stone used to heal. And then after Abraham passed away, God put this special stone, he connected it with the sun. That's why the sun has such a healing effect. It keeps on to Noah's Ark that they say that over there, he had this special gem that used to be the light, that with this light, he could see how to feed the animals and how to walk about. And then it goes on to the Choshen stones. We know that Hannah, the mother of Shmuel, when she came to pray for Shmuel, she prayed and prayed, and the big Kohen then, he was already old, and he had the Choshen, and he looked at it. Eli, the Kohen, but he was old and tired, and the Choshen stones used to sparkle, and that's how he could read what he wanted to know. And he saw the letters, but the letters in Hebrew of shikora, like drunk, and kshera are the same letters, kaf, shin, reish, hey. And he saw shikora, but actually she corrected him and she said, no, I'm a kosher lady and I came to pray for a son. Until today, we can analyze with gemstones, and I'm planning to tell you about it a little briefly very soon. Nevertheless, already Rabbeinu Bechaye, when he explains about those stones, he gives us actually a list of medication that we find like in a pharmacy. He starts from the Choshen stone, like Reuben, his stone is ruby, which is Even Odem. And we can read that this stone, by the way, the ruby, the Odem, it's the best friend of any woman. A woman can use it actually in all the stages in life, but he writes that a woman that holds it will never have an abortion, and she'll have an easy birth. And then he keeps on with many other stones. For example, a stone to strengthen you, to make your body stronger, and then a stone to make your bones be healthier. And like I started to follow it, and then I discovered that actually God invented science, and also that science and Torah are bind together, yeah? And only non-religious people that didn't have the zchut to understand it, they don't realize. And how, for example, a stone that is good for the bones, yeah, calcite, the main mineral there is calcium that you need for your bones. A stone to make you stronger, hematite that has a lot of iron makes you stronger. Stone that keeps you from changing your moods, from being very sad and upset, be happy, etc. That keeps you like on one level, which we all know how important it is, has lithium in it, that doctors are giving it as a medication with many, many chemicals. We have it in beautiful, beautiful, two amazing gems, lapidolite and pink tourmaline, and so on. And all of a sudden, you understand that God made us people and those gems from the same minerals, and he made us want to use it, and soon we'll understand how. Like he makes the fruits and the vegetables in many colors, so attractive for us that we'll use the vitamins that we need. He makes the gems so attractive, and through the light we know and we want to choose the minerals we need when we have a blockage or we lack a mineral. Like it was very, very amazing to develop it and to understand how it works. Today in my clinic, and you can follow it, you can visit my website and find it there. We have many, many kits of stones, of gems that are put together, for example, to remember better the things that you want to remember. What you don't want to remember, leave the stones away, don't touch it. But what you want to remember, like to study, to learn by heart your prayings, you probably know it, but I needed it for a long time when I wanted, to know more about praying. All the time, I feel that I don't have enough time to thank God for those amazing things that He let me discover. So we have kits of gems for to help in places that you cannot come with a doctor with. You cannot come to the doctor and tell him, my kid, I want for him more self-confidence. I want him to love himself. But you can give him two beautiful gems, two beautiful crystals to help him. He'll make the work, but the minerals in the gems will help him to love himself more and to gain self-respect. For kids that wet in bed at night, there are many tricks, but there are beautiful stones to help him get dry. We have beautiful kits to balance your mood, not to get anxious. I always explain that if you thought until now, it's only women here, right, Joyce?
Yes.
Okay, so like I realized that actually the bra, it's not what we think it's for. It's actually to hold gems in. I expected you to laugh, but maybe I wasn't.
They're all muted.
No, but I see on their faces. I didn't see. Nevertheless, it's amazing to use few kits in your bra, like not to get anxious, not to fall into depression. It's amazing kits, and it's not too heavy. And then we have a beautiful kit of stone to overcome ear infections, and then we put it behind our earlobes, and so on. A very, very long list. Beside this, we learned as well that there are gems that we can put in water. The wavelengths of the very, very concentrated minerals will be accumulated by the mineral water. And if we give them enough time, like 24 hours, between the time we prepare it to the time we drink it, we drink a glass with minerals that we need, like, for example, natural antibiotics. We drink every evening. Amazing. Okay? Of course, for example, a person that accumulated a lot of anger and wants to help himself to clear it, will use it, and it will be a great help. Put it aside now. Like you make this drink for you, we also prepare essences from very big crystals, and like a patient will prepare a glass of a drink, we prepare essences. It's enough to take few drops that we have like in bottles, and he has an essence for the purpose he needs, like even for more simcha. But also, if he needs a mineral, like more iron that he lacks in the body, many times people take iron from the pharmacy, and they have problems to accumulate it. It's very heavy, etc. And it's amazing to take iron from the gems. Maybe that's the moment that I'll show you few minerals, and you'll tell me if you see it well. And why do I show it to you? Because it's amazing to see that God is such a genius. The way he made order in the world is so unreal, right? We people, we all look the same, right? We are different, but we all have the same physical structure, right? And also the same chemical structure. The same is with families of the gems, okay? Like with the animals, we would know the difference between a dog and a cat, okay? The same in the families of the gems, and I want to share it with you. For example, the most popular family, which is actually a tribe, is the quartz family. It has many colors, but I'll show you the shape of it. Wait, here. Can you see that it has like points?
Yeah.
Points. Always, when you see the quartz family, even with other colors, it always will have wait. I'm trying to find the right spot to show it to you.
That's it.
How is it? Wait, here, now. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's take another family. It will never, you'll see the difference without being a gemologist. This one.
You need to hold it a little higher.
Okay, higher, here,
That's it.
here.
Yeah.
This one, it's a pyrite. Pyrite. Do you see, wait, here. Here, now. Do you see it has those squares? It's nothing like the first one. Maybe it's not clear enough. Do you see it's all squares, Joyce?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other one was very pointy,
Yes.
and this is all squares, okay?
It's very clear. We can see them. It's okay.
Oh, good, thank you for telling me. Now, the amazing thing is that we don't always see it right away. For example, I'll give you an example. Look at this stone, a minute, here. It looks like something that you won't even touch if you'll see it on the street. Wait.
Right.
I have to learn. Okay, now, okay?
Yeah.
It looks so nothing, right?
Right.
Nothing. Now I'm opening it, okay?
Yeah. Wow.
I call it the wow gems. Wait.
Just turn it a little bit. That's right.
Here.
You can see the colors.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
Just a little bit more.
Okay. What's the amazing thing is to think that all those things are coming from the dark place in the earth. You know, the darkest place, the most beautiful colors are coming from there. And like we say, all the world is like hidden, he'alem, and only when you open it, which I find that every person is like that. You know, when I analyze people in my clinic, I find that each one is a diamond. It's amazing, yeah? And also you understand that God, he doesn't, like nothing is in vain. For example, look at this. Wait. Here, it looks like what? What is it?
Wood, a log.
It's a branch of a tree, right?
Right.
And then it fell, it died, and it crystallized, and it became the most beautiful crystal gem. Wait, here, look,
Oh,
look.
wow.
We call it petrified wood. Okay, so the more you look at it, the more amazed you are. Like I'll show you the last one that I'm showing you from the Choshen, the shvo. It's for protection. Look.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and God made it with many, like there are variation from many colors. So when a person picks one, we know where he needs the protection. Joyce told me that I need to give you time for questions. So tell me if it's now, or I can add.
No,
few-
go on a bit more. It's fascinating. We'll take questions in a little bit, but it's fascinating.
So like the amazing idea is that when you analyze people with the breastplate stones, it's like an X-ray, but not only for the body, also for the soul. Yeah. And I want only in few minutes to explain to you how it works, because it is so clear to understand, and it's very, very accurate and amazing, and it is so good to help a person by analyze him, because you know few people can have sort of the same problem. For example, I'm very nervous. Okay? So he can go to the doctor and get a medication to calm him down. But what's the point? I mean, he'll stay with the problem. And we know that the tranquilizers, they're not your best friends. I don't want to sound like somebody that is against regular medication. I admire them, I respect them. I think that God gave the doctor, you know, the blessing and the permission to heal. And thank God for that. Only, it's great that he gave us the capability to see things, not to treat the bottom line. You're nervous? Take a tranquilizer. No, let's see why. Why? So how? Okay? Like we all have centers of energy in our body. And each center has its own jobs and tasks. When we lack energy in one of the centers, or if we have a blockage, the mind gets the sign in a color. Why in a color? It's a matter of a wavelength. Maybe those of you that are familiar with alternative or complementary medication, you heard about the word chakra. It means actually a center of energy, because it's like a spiral, because the energy streams to us and from us in the shape of a spiral, and each center has a different wavelength, and this wavelength is translated by our mind in a color. So when I let a person that comes to my clinic or to one of my many students, that many of them are better than mine, that me now, thank God. He has this variation of many gems in a see-through stand with parts, and he stands there to choose the gems he wants. And why is he choosing them? Because the blockage here or down will send a color to his mind, and that's how he will choose those colors in the gems. Okay? That's the reason why he chooses. And what are the gems? They are made, as we said before, from the same minerals we are made from. And each mineral will give its color to the stone, to the gem. Okay? Now we close the circle. That's the end of this explanation. The color of the gem is from the mineral. The color of what we choose is from our need to this mineral. Okay? So when a person chooses his minerals, he actually gives us the capability to see how we can help him balance himself. I put it on my table. I arrange it in the order of the centers of energy, and I get his X-ray. The meanings of the gems are very accurate. You cannot manipulate, or you cannot tell a person something by the effect that you have from his looks or from his vision. No, no, only from what the stones are telling you. And then we see that one person is very nervous because he had a trauma when he was young, and if you'll help him overcome it, he'll have more room to be a new one. But the other is nervous because of his mind, because his mind works like on a terrible speed, and you have to help him clear it. And the other one has another reason, like he holds a lot, he never releases his experience. So that's how, from this analyzing, we know what to give a person to help them. And it's amazing to hear from people how they feel better. There are things that we don't advertise, but people are telling one another in internet. It is so good to keep your pregnancy safe with gems. You know, it's written in the Gemara, Masechet Shabbat, Daf Samach Vav, Amud Bet. It's written about Even Tkuma, the Tkuma stone. It comes in a kit together with a ruby, the Odem, and they both together. You put it below your belly button all during the pregnancy. It's amazing, you know, people, women that suffers from abortion, from labor before time, are, you know, with 2 gems, they can have the baby at the right time, you know, and with the same kit of stones, they can use it for always. Yeah, we think about the gems as something lower than us, but they have long life and they have many benefits that we don't. I'm afraid I'm holding you too, you know, that it's too long.
It's wonderful, but what I am going to do is open it up, because there's a lot of questions coming in on the chat that people want to ask you.
I'm all ears.
Okay, so the first thing, I should have done this in the beginning, and I'm sorry I didn't. I need to thank my girlfriend Florence, who said to me, Joyce, why don't you have Gila on? You know, 25 years ago, I sent my son to her. So my girlfriend is on right now, and we always go after her. So thank you, Florence. Okay, so the question.
Gila was my son. He still has the stones today.
Wow.
About 25 years already. His children know that he has to wash them and put them in the sun.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear it. Yeah, I always say that it's only the real medication of God can be so colorful, so amazing, and to hold for so many years. So many people can use the same kit. You know, you only have to purify it, like Florence now told you. We need to purify it like God does in nature. Yeah, in nature, when an animal sits on a gem and she is cured, God sends rain and wind and snow to clean it, and then light to give it more energy. So we do the same, like your kids are purifying it. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself, which you can do now. And if you have any questions, one of the questions.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank the Torah. It's beautiful when we connect science with Torah. That's really what it fits my soul. So where can we see you or connect you? I live in Israel also, and I think it's a question for everybody. And I heard that you live, I don't know, at the beginning in Tel Aviv. Where are you living now? And,
Givat Shmuel. Givat Shmuel. It's close
Givat
to
Shmuel?
Givat Shmuel. It's very close to Bnei Brak.
Gila, when I send this recording out, I will send you send me your details, your office phone number, whatever the address.
With pleasure.
Out with the recording. So everybody will have it, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Gila, when
Thank you.
somebody, how do you diagnose them? You ask them to pick up a stone?
What?
Somebody walks into your office and do they tell you what their complaint is, or do you ask them to pick up a stone?
Well, okay, they come, and first of all, we find out when we talk to them on the phone, me or one of my secretaries, we ask them what's the problem, because if a woman needs for keeping her pregnancy, or we have a great kit for Shlom Bayit, or to find a shidduch, she doesn't have to come for analyzing, and we send it to her, or she comes to pick it up, right? But when it's a problem that, like we talked before, that we decide that it's good to analyze it, they come to the office. I give them the explanation like you got now, but I have it's more vivid because I have those special drawings to explain it better. And then I get up with him to this stand of stones, and I explain to him to be as spontaneous as he can, and to go by the order, not because the order is important. What important is to know that he saw all the variety, and to be as spontaneous as he can, like he picks candies. I always tell them I love sweets, so I always imagine that I pick sweets, and he can see few stones, not to touch it, and then one to take few, yeah? And he picks all his stones, and he comes back to my table, and then it's my work to analyze him.
Okay. Okay, someone is asking, where can they get the stones from? Where do they get the gemstones?
Okay, like if you are looking for kits of stones, we are the address to get it from. If you need, we also sell separately. I think it's amazing that we put in the knowledge. For example, if a person looks for a stone to remember, I think that if I offer him to take a kit also for concentrating, I do him a big favor, for 20 more shekel, because concentrating and remembering goes together. It helps one another, okay? So that's our unique way to combine the minerals and to sell it as kits. But if somebody wants separately, by all means, we'll give it to them. Yeah. Before Corona, we used to have our amazing trips to buy minerals all over. My husband is an artist, and God helped us to combine our work. He makes for me jewelry for healing. You'll find it in the website. So we are both after the medication of God, after the gems. And now we have our sources abroad. What's important today, more than always, is to check that it's the real thing, it's the real stones. And as a gemologist, that's my background, that's what I do, to check the stones and to see it's appropriate. And a pearl is a pearl, and then it can help you giving birth easier, and that a rose quartz is a real rose quartz, and it will give you confidence, and so on. More questions?
Okay, ladies, if you want to unmute yourself, Rachel, thank you so much. Interesting, I'm sure it helps many. Okay, any more questions, ladies? You can unmute yourself and feel free to ask. Can you show us what the gems look like? Do you have to carry it with you on your skin?
Okay, you know that I gave you hints in my lecture that it really depends for what we need the stones. I'm explaining. For example, to heal your ears, which is very, very effective with children. It's amazing. You know, a child, how he suffers from ear infection, and you put here around the earlobe 2 little stones, aquamarine and lapis lazuli, and it takes away the liquid and the infection. But you put it here, right, behind the earlobe. But for example, if a person suffers from hemorrhoids, he won't put it behind his earlobe. Again, you don't laugh, but what can I do? So each kit has its own place. The emotional things, like not to get anxious, will be in your bra. To stay stable with your moods will be in your bra. But for example, if you suffer from a nervous stomach, it will be in a pouch. We make the pouches from Bedika cloth because it's 100% cotton and the energy passes through, and we put it below our belly button. Each kit of stones comes with an explanation, very detailed explanations in Hebrew and in English, as we send a lot abroad, and also with explanations how to carry it, the reason, the purpose, and how to use it. Okay. And there are stones that you'll put in the water and you'll drink it, as we explained. And each kit has its own place. Either there are kits that you play with. Now we also have, I'm not objective, but I think it's amazing. We have oils. We have one oil that we call it avarli. because you put it on in a valley. A valley, you understand? Okay, okay, a valley is, help me, who knows?
Emek?
Joyce, a valley. היה לי וזה לא כואב לי יותר.
Florence? Ochaya?
A valley like,
It passed. It's
It's
over
passed?
with.
It has gone
Over
away?
with.
like
It has gone away.
I had a pain and I don't have
It's
it
passed,
anymore.
it's gone away.
It's gone away, thank you, thank you.
away.
Okay,
it.
I'm over with.
Okay, so like it's olive oil with a very good Herscher of Rabbi Landa, and it has gems there in the oil for 4 purposes. It takes away the pain, it takes away the infection, it makes the healing faster, and it helps you. It helps connect better nerves with bones. I think I answered.
I have a question here that people are writing in. Can gemstones help reverse osteoporosis?
Can gemstone?
Help reverse osteoporosis?
Yes. I'm explaining. You know, all the things that actually has emotional reasons, like why you know, the body and the soul, they go together. And like osteoporosis, we have either stones or essences that it won't bring back what we lost, but it will stop the process.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but altogether, like asthma, the asthma of not only in breathing, like when babies have it, you know, on their skin, like people wonder, they tell me, what you know, what does it have to do with emotions? But babies, that they also have their own trauma to be born into this world. And the good thing about those things that you have there, the answers also for the reasons, for the emotional level of the problem. I hope I'm clear enough.
Okay. A couple of more.
I want to add something.
Yeah.
As I feel that beside a parnuse, it's a mission. It's now my 35th year that I'm teaching it. And as I mentioned before, I have now so many students that in Israel, but not only, also over the world, that practice it, and they're so good. They're doing such an amazing work. And today, when people want to come to me from faraway places, I send them with you know, I really recommend them to go to my students and not to be bothered to come to Givat Shmuel. And I thank God for that. I really do. More questions?
Yeah. Someone is asking, Rosanna's asking, is there an open course in Israel?
Open course?
Rosanna, you want to ask it, please?
Like you mean through the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is. There
Uh,
is.
What are the stones that improve memory?
Huh?
What are the stones that improve memory?
It's 2 stones for memory and concentration, blue calcite and tiger eye.
Okay. If one did get corona, it should
What?
not. If one got corona, it shouldn't get out of hand. Is there something you would recommend? Anything suitable?
Yeah, I tell you, we have this essence that we call it חיסון לכל, like it's for your immune system. It strengthens your immune system. And before corona, like when it started, we made it stronger with things that corona really doesn't like. And we reduced the price. We took like a symbolic price, 40 shekel instead of 130 for a bottle, for a big bottle. And we found out that it helps people. Again, it's not we don't present it as a cure for corona. We don't know that, but it made people able to overcome corona easier, and also for their family not to fall into it. So we sell it a lot now, חיסון לכל, and we give it out for 40 shekel for people to, you know, that's our share to help people to fight it.
Okay. What about diabetes too?
Okay, so we have this very, very good gem kit and an essence for diabetes. We give it together with explanations, with offers for diets. I always like to talk to the person to understand where he stands, if he takes pills, if he doesn't take pills, and that's how I direct him how to use the gems and the essence. Many times it comes also with other essences that are very important, how to control your need to have carbo. Yeah, it helps you control yourself with that as well. So sometimes it's not only for diabetes, but also for controlling your diet. And sometimes it's using yourself, like helping you to change for the better.
Okay. 2 more questions. The questions are coming in. Okay. I think we're going to finish with these. How much do the kits cost?
Okay, it depends. I want to see if I have here or, oh, here. I have here only to show you, for example, this kit is, you see outside is the explanation in Hebrew, and inside it's a full explanation in English. This is to overcome worries and to develop positive thinking. It's 2 gems. I'll show you 2 gems, and it's 80 shekel. And remember, it's good for ever and ever. You use it by holding it in your hand. 1 stone prevents you from developing negative thinking, and the other stone would stop continuous bothering thoughts.
Okay. Is there something you would recommend for high blood pressure?
Yeah, we have a kit of stones that that I highly recommend because, you know, with the blood pressure, there is always this, you know, it takes time until a person finds the right medication, you know, because it's very, very personal. And here, it helps you keep it balanced. And I think that that's the most important thing with a blood pressure. And again, sometimes when you talk to a person, you understand that he gets overwhelmed very fast, and you give him together with the blood pressure, also stones for relaxation. Relaxation is so important.
Okay, I think we're gonna end with this last one. Please, could you post your phone number? How much?
Gladly. Yeah.
How much is a consultation? And people are asking, is there anything for weight loss?
Worse.
Everybody's question.
My husband always says,
1 minute.
my husband always says that the best thing is to put a stone in my mouth, and then I won't be able to eat and I won't talk so much. And he thinks it's the best. But if you don't want to use his advice, yes, that's what I told you, that sometimes together with the problem of when we want to balance our sugar level, many times it will go together with a kit to keep your diet. Yeah. And like we have this gem to control, to be able to control yourself. And then 2 others you hold in your bra, one to have a smaller appetite, and one to stop your crave for
Carbohydrates.
very, very effective.
Now, what I'm going to ask you, Gila, was absolutely fascinating. I absolutely loved it. I'm sure everybody did, and we learned a lot. I'm going to ask you, please, you send me the details that I'm going to pass on when I send this recording out. How people can contact you, an email address, etc. And the ladies can contact you as they wish. Okay, so I'm going to say thank you.
Thank you for giving me these scans. I enjoyed it a lot, and thank you all. I wish you all the best health, and you know, we need now. I was now like a part of this team to watch what's happening with people that you know, my age, the third age, we checked the effect of loneliness on them, and let me tell you, no good. Please try to laugh, to dance, to exercise, to make yourself, I don't know, foolish and funny, to remember that we are never alone. Even if we are alone, we are always with God. We are always with the trees, with the scenery. We must remember it to overcome this stupid COVID.
Thank you so much. And ladies, just before we go, our guest next week is Rebetson Joanne Dahl. I think a lot of you must know her from the UK. She's currently running the Seed Challah Bake program this week. So I will send all the details next week, but Mr. Shem, she will be our guest next week. And Gila, thank you again so much. It was really very interesting and very enlightening. I think we all
It
learned.
was phenomenal.
That was
I'm
fascinating,
so
really
glad. I'm so
fascinating.
glad.
It was phenomenal, Dr. Gila.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
really
Thank you
good.
so much. I'm very glad. Thank you.